Alright, we are in our band pick now. We have Hong Kong on the blue side, Chinese Taipei on the red. Interesting to see what they're going to ban. We know the common bans are going to be Teamy, some very strong side laners like Superman, Zenio.
There we go, right on
as
cue.
I speak it, Superman is being banned. So why is Superman and Teamy banned?
Superman is a very excellent first pick, which makes him a great ban by Team Chinese Taipei, disallowing it from Team Hong Kong. He is just so dominant as a side laner with great damage that scales with his max HP. So the tankier he gets, the stronger he gets as well. That is just crazy.
Yeah, that's the same that goes for Zenio. He's actually a really strong side laner with that global ultimate, right? He can jump across the map and save an ally. Malik as well has a huge ultimate called Shock, can land on opponents. And then Alice, we saw her rise up in the most updated patch where she was so dominant and formidable as a support for the team.
Yeah, Alice just has such strong crowd control abilities, and she even gives movement speed for your entire team, allowing you to catch some kills or be able to stun someone right in their tracks as they're running away.
Yeah, that hissy fit ultimate, huge AoE effect, can just basically silence and slow the opponent. And then also the sunshine, right? Friendship, it allows her allies around her to get this nice shield and then be able to quickly pass through. So let's see what they're going to ban here. Looks like they're going to ban Arm. Arm is a new hero. So why do you think Arm is worthy of a ban here, Carol?
That last minute switch by Team Chinese Taipei. Omen is just such a strong side laner, and with his ultimate, the Death's Embrace, he can lock anyone down without any possibility of escape.
Yeah, Arm's going to be first pick there, and as we talked about, she's very strong because level 1, she has the ability Lion Tamer that has 3 beasts and gives her a lot of damage in the early game, so she can basically defend really well against invasions. And you can see Lubu being picked here, Wonder Woman being picked, 2 of the strongest side laners. With Malik being banned, which is a hard counter to Wonder Woman, it makes her much more available as an option. We have still Ryoma open, Zephys here, so look at they're gonna pick up Zephys, and then an aggressive Omar. They're instead of playing Aram as a support, they're gonna play Omar as a support, and Aram will probably be a side laner.
Yeah, really interesting pick. You usually want Aram as a support so that she can roam and use her insane sustain, and she's just so tanky with her passive Ravenous Beast that allows her to regenerate 3% max HP with each hit of Reliance.
Yeah, exactly. That's how she wants to play. She wants to get in there, get all of her beasts to get around the point. And Joker being picked up. Joker is immune to physical damage with pick a card, any card. And then Flash, such a good pick into any ADC competition. So they're gonna pick a Lindis into the Flash here. This is a little risky. I do like Liliana. She's extremely strong in the late game, and Liliana and Flash are pretty even, but they both have so much outplay potential.
I do think that in lane, the Flash can outplay Liliana because he does have those invincibility frames and he can jump in and harass the enemies, whereas Liliana really needs time to combo against Flash's dash that brings him so far in and also allows him to teleport back to his original position.
Yeah, look at this. They're hovering over Necroth here. They may pick him. That's an aggressive invade con. You have Lubu that can go in, Wonder Woman that wants to go in, Flash wants to go in, Joker can stand from behind, and then the Necroth can just knock people up, do his combos, and basically CC anyone they jump on. So this is very dangerous assassin type of composition that Hong Kong needs to be careful for. If they execute this comp very well, they're going to give Hong Kong a run for their money.
Absolutely. You can tell the strategies of these two teams immediately from their pick man compositions. You can see Hong Kong has a later game scaling composition with the Liliana and the Lindis that can dish out insane damage, whereas Chinese Taipei is going for the early game dive composition with early game warriors like Lubu, Wonder Woman, Necroth, and the Joker can deal insane damage as well.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of side lane pressure, especially with Lubu and Wonder Woman here. They are very strong in the early game. They can rotate, put a lot of pressure, gank mid, basically push their lanes and be able to contest objectives like the Abyssal Dragon. That's going to be a very important objective early. And we are going to get into match here. It's going to be an exciting one to see how Hong Kong is going to do against Chinese Taipei. And we're in the loading screen here. You see here, beautiful skins they got there. Omar skin, the Linda skin looks great. And then look at this Joker skin. Looks very great. We're right into the game now. Kit, Lassia on Team Hong Kong. They're going to come. I'm wondering which team is going to invade here with the Omar, with the Aram. They have a chance to maybe potentially even invade, even they do have a Lindis and a Liliana. Alright, we're going to see the team both posture. They're going to be checking here. They're 4-man rotating to the mid, to the river here. They got vision on each other. They're going to look for an opportunity to poke each other down. Joker lands a nice cannon shot here. Looks like both teams will not opt to invade here. Instead, they're going to play a little safe. And they're going to help farm here. Nice rotation there. Wonder Woman's going to help Necroth get ahead of farm, because that's exactly Necroth's win condition. He wants to farm as quickly as possible, jump all over the jungle, steal your jungle, get fed, and then start being aggressive.
Yeah, we see both of these teams posturing themselves rather safely, not going for the invades, even though both of them have the potential with some very strong early game heroes. Rather, they're kind of feeling out their enemies, seeing what their playstyle is, and looking for any weaknesses that they can exploit.
Yeah, you see Lebu in the jungle, they're invading. Their arm is coming down on the side there. Wonder Woman is... Oh, look at that. They back off in the 4-man rotation. It looks like Flash is going to try to get in there, and Hartley is going to be focused down. However, they're going to be able to jump onto Necroth. He flashes out, and look at that. Misses the lion, the uncaged lion ability from Arm there, and they're gonna back off. Both sides not trading anything so far.
So even though Arm is very, very good into a dive composition, where she can have insane sustain against melee heroes, Chinese Taipei does have the Joker, which can deal very strong damage from an insane distance.
Yeah, you can see there. Oh, the Wonder Woman is able to steal that. It's going to give them a nice lead there. The Vision Seagull being taken by Ting there. What a nice outplay. And Wonder Woman, you can see Ting. This is why they pick Wonder Woman. It's winning the lane matchup against the Zephyrs here. We're going to see Liliana turn level 4. The Abyssal Dragon is going to be spawning sooner. What do you think Chinese Taipei is going to do in this situation, Carol?
I think that they're posturing themselves very well to be able to zone out their opponents. They're kind of collapsing in on that, I believe, Orma over there, and that's going to be the first blood for Taipei.
Wow, what a nice rotation there. Wonder Woman wins the side against Zephyrs, and then they rotate, they collapse, get the Omar, and then that opens up the Abyssal Dragon for them to take, and that's exactly what you want to do. Chinese Taipei there with such a strategic and nice play to take this dragon, but Hong Kong is going to contest it, and Ting is going to secure the dragon.
What a well-timed punish over there by that Wonder Woman. And you see that the Zephys, Lacia, has not hit level 4 yet, so he wasn't able to use maybe his Death from Above, his ultimate, to be able to steal that.
Yeah, and you can see Lindis there getting caught, Lacia getting caught out in our way. They're going to catch on a way. Nice play by Hartley and the Omar here. I do like Arm on this side lane here. It'll be very interesting to see how they're going to comment. Look at Miss being so aggressive, Liliana. However, Ishimura will kill Ting here. Ting is being caught out, and they get the kill.
Ultimate. Her ultimate, unpredictable. It can slow down their opponents by 30%, and it just deals so much damage. And it provides her with so much mobility as well, making her such a strong pick even after multiple nerfs to Liliana.
Yeah, you can see their Arm is playing so well there. Hartley is winning the trade versus Lubu in the side lane. However, he's going to have to return to get the farm. He's kind of posturing himself, make sure there's no invades, protecting the Lindis there. Nice rotation by Hartley. I love seeing how they're leveraging this new hero because she has so many options. She can side lane, right? She can play support. But what I'm really looking at is Wei. Wei is level 5 now. I want to see how he's going to use his Flash ultimate, the Cyclone with the Flicker. We know that the Flicker Cyclone combo is so deadly in catching Liliana or catching out the Lindis here. And look at Necroth there, invading with the jungle, playing so aggressive.
Yeah, we're gonna look over here. There's gonna be a 3-man rotation down from Chinese Taipei. Oh, and the Flash is gonna be diving onto Lacia, but he is gonna miss that stun from the Cyclone, leaving Lacia alive with just a little bit of HP.
Yeah, and look at the trade here. Both Chinese Taipei, but you see Hong Kong on the top there, trying to make plays on to the Lubu up there, but they're going to get the kill onto Lacia, and that's going to result in them hopefully getting a tower here. However, we see Mist rotating down.
You can see the strength of the dive composition of Taipei over here, being able to dive that Zephys with nowhere to go, even though he has that insane mobility.
Yeah, they trade both towers. However, Hong Kong does fall a little behind because they gave up 2 deaths. Oh, a healthy 2k gold lead, and then Soar rocking and just jumping onto the Abyssal Dragon as soon as it spawns. That's going to be the second dragon that they stack here. That is going to be a huge. Chinese Taipei. Looks like they're snowballing this early game slowly and surely.
Yeah, and you can see just that map awareness coming out of Chinese Taipei. They know that they're members of Hong Kong, 3 members of Hong Kong in the top lane, so they know that they can take that dragon uncontested.
Yeah, they definitely do. Again, they're playing the objective game a lot better. Their macro rotations, how they're winning dragon side. Hong Kong opted to try to gank the Slayer and give up the dragon. However, they kind of gave up dragon side. As a result, they lose 2 dragons. They lose dragon tower, which completely opens up their bottom jungle for invades. And then Wei just getting hit. He now just turned level 8 versus Liliana at level 7. Wei is going to be the guy to watch out for. And look at him going in there aggressive. And he steals that jungle camp, but puts himself in a really tough position. He cyclones out of danger.
And you see this fight happening, a little bit of a skirmish here that Ormar did use his crowd control already, but the knockoff is going to get a nice 2-man knockup, cleaning up 2 kills and trading for 1.
Yeah, Flash baiting and Soar coming right in there. They're going to try to get a kill, and Lover comes in there and gets the kill onto Liliana. Hardy is in a tough spot, but might be able to defend this tower here. But what a nice rotation. So aggressive there. The Flash going in there, and then Soar just coming out of nowhere as the cross, just cleaning up the fight. That's exactly what you want to do in the cross there. You want to jump in with your mobility, knock up the weak heroes, get the kill on the key targets, such as Liliana, such as Kit on Lindes, and as a result, they won the fight, and now they're 4K ahead.
I'd like to point out Ting on that Wonder Woman. You see that Ting has hit so many of his lassos of truth with that Wonder Woman, and it's such a skill shot. I don't think that people appreciate the skill that goes into hitting all of those enough.
Yeah, definitely. That lasso is huge, especially when you're low health, because it'll pull the enemy to you when you're low health and allow your allies to get the kill. And the lasso does also a decent amount of damage. It was able to kill him. Look at Wei going in there, so aggressive on the Flash. He is definitely getting much more fed here. You can see how Flash is so mobile, able to jump in with his super speed and then mock punch you with those 5 hits. And then when he's in a Tiffy, he's in a rough spot, he just casts his Cyclone Ultimate, and it's like an invincibility for him, right? He cannot be targeted, he's protected, and that's actually what it is. But Sora looks like he can be in trouble, but Necroth might be able to get out of here, but looks like he's not going to make it.
That's slow from Liliana. Lindes is just so strong, and you see that Lindes, with her insane mobility, her tread softly allowing her to move extra fast while she passes through bushes.
Yeah, she also had the red buff. So with the red buff there, with every attack that she gets onto an opponent, it actually slows their movement. And Necroth, even though he has, 2 abilities that can get him out of trouble, so mobile, can jump around the map, it was just not enough because, like you said, Lindes's passive tread softly along with that red buff slowing him down. That's exactly what you want to do. Is once you get the red buff, you want to play aggressive and make some plays, and as a result, Hong Kong is closing that goal deficit now. Instead of being 4K behind, they're 2K behind, and then they're gonna rush the dragon here. Smart plays, however.
I really like Hong Kong's rotations. Early game, they were playing a little bit more flustered. It looked like they weren't as comfortable, but now they have a 4-man rotation going for that Abyssal Dragon. But however, Chinese Taipei is able to steal it from them.
Yeah, Sword takes that dragon and steals it. And look at the Flash here, Wei, jumping in there, doing a lot of damage. Both teams are just playing so well right now. It's a joy to watch. Hong Kong with the rotation, but Sword comes in as Necroth and make some plays. Now what it's going to come down to is which team is going to get these ganks here. They're going to start pushing towers, and look at, they're frozen in the tower, doing such a good job. But Fanta is caught in a really tough spot. He's snared by Aram, and then Omar comes in. However, he's going to get out of in time, and Lover is going to try to fight here. Ting rotates, comes in there, trying to get jump on Hartley. However, the stun from Omar comes in. Now they have to back off.
I love this map awareness. Seeing that their teammates were in danger, 2 more members of Chinese Taipei rotated up there to be able to provide some crowd control and to provide some peel for the squishy members of their team.
Yeah, Necroth there just doing a lot of work on Zeph. We didn't have Zephyrs do much work here. Look at the rotation. They collapse. They get the mid tower. And Zephyrs right now just not being a factor in this game. I don't see a lot of key death from above, right? The combo coming up. They have a stun from Liliana. They have a snare from Oro. I'd love for them to kind of work together as a team to get these stuns in. And look at the combo from Chinese Taipei. They get a kill on Lacia, speaking of Zephyrs.
But Mist just dives in there, and with that insane damage from Liliana, she hits that Reiki shot, and she's able to hit that dance of the Fox over there, and she just does so much damage with her Shining Light and Blinding Light. Yeah,
I love that Fox Run. She actually Fox Run on top of the Wonder Woman, so Wonder Woman couldn't get out. And look at the Flash here. He's going to come in and try to clean up. However, he cannot. They get the kill. The Omar is doing so well. Mid and Mist are doing so well on the teamwork here, but they're in big trouble. And look at that pull coming right back in there. Mid cannot get out, and Lover is just going to clean up and get these kills. Very, very nice plays by both teams. You can see the aggressive play style from both sides here is really paying off, but also at the same time, very punishable.
That was a 4-for-3 trade for, that was a 3-for-4 trade, I'm sorry, for Chinese Taipei, which brings them just a little bit further ahead.
Yeah, it definitely brings it further ahead. Hardly here, I'm looking for the next snare. What is that? What is he going to snare, and who he's going to snare? Because he definitely needs to snare one of the squishy heroes, right? He want to get the Flash, potentially, or Necroth. Because with the snare and how that works is when you snare an opponent, they are stuck, they're immobile. Also, Arm is also immobile, but Arm is more of a tank, right? But any damage that Arm takes, it gets replicated, that damage, to the opponent. So Arm, you want to snare a hero that's squishier than you, that has less health, less defense, because that damage will translate over and you will survive that. And look at Taipei there. Nice rotation. They get the 4th Abyssal Dragon. Hong Kong has 0 dragons right now. And look at the level difference between both teams.
And at this point in the game, while they're so far ahead, they're about 4 or 5k gold ahead. We're going to see Chinese Taipei probably posturing themselves a little bit more towards the top lane, looking to get that Dark Slayer, take those towers, and then finish off the game.
Yeah, Harley's in a really tough position. Harting's going to jump in. They're going to get a kill onto Mist there. Mist is deleted, and then Kit getting jumped from behind. Nakra doing such a good job focusing onto Linus. However, Linus able to survive out there. Omar is in such a big trouble. Mid lands a stun but gets killed there. What a nice rotation. But the Nakroth here, Sora doing such a good job focusing the backline as an assassin, jumping behind, getting the kill on Liliana, and then jumping onto Linus and basically pushing her off from the team fight and making her play defensively.
And look at this Lubu over here, collapsing in on Lesia, who is a little bit out of position, and diving him under that tower.
Yeah, you can see now Hong Kong's going to back off a little bit. They're going to recuperate. They got to start turtling here because right now their deficit now is almost 6k gold. They have to be able to respond to how Nakroth is playing here because Nakroth, Sor, he's doing a really good job going into the back line. So what is the Liliana doing? What is the team going to do to protect the Liliana and the Lindis here? Because Zephy's, again, Lascia, he needs to be there to protect him. He needs to be the person, along with Omar, to do a good job of protecting their back line from Nakroth.
For sure, and I think this is where the kind of unusual pick of the Zephyrus comes into play. He's not typically seen as a side laner. You see him a little bit more in jungle, so he just lacks the kind of utility in it as a side laner when it's a 1v1 situation rather than as a jungler looking to get ganks with support from your team.
Yeah, you can see Joker there. He actually finishes Finner's Tooth, which means the amount of damage he does, that's 200 attack damage he has on his item. It's going to give him 30% more damage when his HP is below 50. And look at this. Bubu's jumping onto mid here. And look at Kit, he's gonna jump on the cross, gonna jump on Kit, gets killed, and then mid is gonna be really tough. Mist also really low, but Lover's gonna be able to jump on, get the kill on Omar, and look at, they're kiting, jumping on this tower, and they secure the tower and get 4 kills.
That was just such a great cyclone by Wei, stunning I think 2 members of Team Hong Kong, and just providing so much control and mobility for their team.
Yeah, look, they're bumping and they have a wave here, and they're gonna be killed. Jump on Harley, and look at the combos come out. Harley is not gonna be able to survive this, and a wave is coming. Will they able to finish the game? And it looks like Chinese Taipei is coming in. What beautiful rotation and collapses. Chinese Taipei takes the win over Hong Kong. Dominant show of power from Chinese Taipei.
What a great showing of the first game in the qualifiers of the 2018 Asian Games for Arena of Valor.
Yeah, and here are the items here. You can see Wei did so much work on the flash here, 4-2, but the MVP was Sor. He did such good rotations, jumping in and out. And Lover also, those collapses, the rotations, did such a good job. But you can see Lascia didn't do much on the Zephyrs here like you talked about, Carol.
As a side laner, I just think that he's a little bit weaker because while he is a little bit tanky with his passive that gives him extra damage reduction, he just doesn't provide the damage because people tend to build him a little bit tankier rather than giving him the damage that he needs to win the matchup against a side laner like Wonder Woman.
Yeah, we're going to see here the participation rate. You can see there, look at that, 85 participation from the Nakroth on Sor, and then Wei there doing so much damage, 25% of the overall damage for his team. And look at Hong Kong, again, right, Lascia on Zephyrs just was not able to do a lot.
Although they did have the Aram, which did a lot of work, dealing 22% of the team's damage and taking 26%, it just wasn't enough because they couldn't get their main damage sources, the Liliana and the Lindis, farmed up.